Ahmet and Bamya a grand finals for in like a big online tournament last year over the summer that was with a partnership with another company or something. It was a crossover tournament that Ahmet and Bamya were the was the grand finals for, right?
I am trying to remember, but it escapes me at this moment. Maybe ProStats will help us out. But in the moment we were in the middle of this match, game number 1, here we go. We see some classic picks coming up from the two. Ahmet, of course, on that Petra receive time and time again. He's already getting aggressive off stage with that orb. Bamya trying to capitalize with the ground pound himself, but it's not going to land. And Bamya, he's on that cannon. He's done some pretty good job with it in the tournament thus far. But Ahmet, he's honestly a stone wall. He's so solid with his orb and gauntlets. He's swapping over the orb right now, trying to keep Bamya off the weapons. It's a smart plan. You know, Zol, just like the Taros, has such big damage. Look at that. A sidelight and a neutral area is going to sink him right back into it. A side sink, maybe KOing, but not yet. Oh, that'll do it.
And there, final hammers in that last nail in the coffin for Ahmet's first stock. Yeah, this rivalry really goes a little bit of a ways back, as both these players have been fighting for the same spot for a pretty similar stretch of time. Ahmet has a few other characters that he could bounce back and forth between, even though he gets the orb knockout and has been doing most of their work on orb. If I remember correctly, I think they're a gauntlet specialist, and the fact that they're trying to juggle the weapons and stay so much time on orb really is raising an eyebrow for me. But Bamya on the Zol, no surprises there. Gold Forged Cannon should really say everything it needs to. Bamya currently could be at a point where they take the second stock off of Ahmet, as the N-Sig almost does it, the N-Light almost does it, the weapon throw almost does it.
Man.
GC N-Light, that is a pretty rare option. Not often does that connect, but when it does its work.
Most certainly, and I just did not expect Ahmet to get caught by that weapon throw. Honestly, I thought he was going to jump over it, but he got clipped right at the corner and sent him to his doom, basically. That was the only chance to get back that GC N-Light, solidifying the stock. And now things are looking more and more in Bamya's favor. He's got to get some good extra credit now, and we know he can with that cannon. It is sometimes hard to get the KOs, but right now he's going to do the easy part and get the damage. Or about 70, Ahmet trying to dip off stage and get himself the KO just like Bamya did, but it's not going to work out for him. And now he's once again in a bad situation. He's got to get this KO quickly. He will have to do something like a recovery or maybe an N-Light. There it is. It's going to get the KO, but with 90 damage below to him, he's going to have a rough time.
So one of the things going well for Bamya is that they're playing really good off stage. Ahmet might have them covered on stage, especially now that they got gauntlets in hand. This could be picking up the dustpan after the orb broom did some sweeping. Now the dustpan is here to just pick it up and carry everything away. But still, Bamya is playing off stage really nicely, able to confirm that second stock, able to dodge and prolong their second stock a little while ago, able to dodge the maze when Ahmet threw the orb and then did a GC N-Light, and also was still able to prevent Ahmet from coming back to stage. So Bamya's understanding of how offstage gameplay works is really nice right now. They're able to prolong their stocks for a long amount of time. They're able to shut down stocks. They're able to do edge guards and ledge guards, and that is one of their greatest strengths against Ahmet right now, because Ahmet is able to wreck some house on stage, but Bamya is able to play so smart off stage.
Yep, and Ahmet, you know, honestly, he does a lot of off stage as well, and yet still we have Bamya just got a stranglehold on them, and basically every turn we have Bamya. He's really getting a leg out there and getting himself a lot of damage early, getting the KOs off stage, pushing his advantage. So Bamya, yes, very well done so far, and we're here to game number 2, still on the same map, same picks for everybody. And I want to do a quick shout out to production for reminding us that it was actually the Logitech tourney that this is the grand finals of.
Yes.
So you were correct for Fidi. And yeah, so we're gonna see what happens this time around. I don't know what the turnout of that was. Do you happen to remember?
If I remember correctly, I think Bamya won, but it was really close. That they went like I want to say like 7 or 8 games. It was really close.
Oops, side air, gonna land. Bamya disarmed.
Uh-oh.
Off stage, the down air orb. So strong.
Ahmet, yeah, the way that Ahmet is choosing the weapons, really curious. Like, we've seen Ahmet really wreck some house with the gauntlets. Bamya is a Ahmet is a weapon specialist. Bamya is a character specialist, where Bamya can make either weapon work for a lot of different circumstances. They probably have their preference as to what weapon they want at what time. Like, using that axe side sig is very nice. Bamya's sig accuracy is really, really nice. I don't even think we've seen Ahmet throw out a sig. Does that mean they're trying to play a bit more reserved, or do they just feel more comfortable with the light attacks? And the fact that Ahmet, as far as I know them to be a gauntlet specialist, and we're not seeing much gauntlets, this does really, really surprise me how they're playing right now. Yes, Orb is in a good spot. It has been a good spot for months now. It's a good weapon. But against Bamya, I think we might need a bit more, because Bamya's accuracy and just the way that they restrict Ahmet's options is looking a little too good right now. Ahmet's able to get that recovery, and 2 minutes in, get a small little lead for themselves, have a stock up, 2 orange to white 1. Can Bamya deal with this off stage? This is where Bamya succeeds.
Yeah, honestly, the orb is not too surprising on my end. I've seen a lot of Ahmet back when he was playing in the weapon trials. He was actually in both the orb and gauntlets one, and the winner of both of them. If I'm not mistaken, look at it go soaring up to the top. Look at that, the orb eviscerating the stock, and Ahmet steals the game away in a quick fashion. Oh my goodness, look at that. Ahmet,
how often do we see ladder combos with orb? How often do we see them? Like, you see them with Scythe, even though they don't KO that much. You see them in spear clips. You sometimes see them with a hammer, and like, yeah, that's not too common, but yeah, you'll see a hammer ladder combo. But orb, that is not when is the last time that's happened? That is, okay, I'm wrong about something today. Ahmet has spent a lot of time studying Orb, and I guess you're right about that. We're going over to Demon Island. Bamya does not want to even risk repeating such an immaculate combo. And this still might even, it's hard to tell how much this might be in Ahmet's favor because the walls are so small and Bamya is just playing such nice off stage. This is a bit of a give or take. This is a blessing and a curse for Ahmet. So they do have a lot of momentum riding off of that game too. That, I'm really excited to see that clip on Twitter. But still, Bamya's still in. So that's not over.
Oh no, not at all. It is still anyone's game at this point, and Bamya showing so with double down air, gonna get the KO onto Ahmet, and he's once again sticking over to the cannon. We've seen it. He's basically been very dominant on this cannon, getting the KOs maybe with the axe signatures, but really it's just been this cannon sweeping Ahmet off his feet. He's got to find a solution quickly because that momentum is starting to die off from that second game, as dominant as it was. But here we go, Ahmet answering back with this orb and a down air. Once again, showing just how strong that orb is. There's just nothing you can really do against that down air if you get hit in the face by it, because it snuffs out all your options. It's so far away. There's so much range between you and the hurt box. There it is. The big combo coming up from Ahmet, once again building up damage, and he already has the lead again.
Okay, Ahmet, where the hell was this during the first game? And also, like, most of the second game? This is completely different. This is another guy on the keyboard. Ahmet, how are you doing this? Bamya is, actually kind of struggling to try and figure out the best approach. This is a different game here.
Certainly, it was Bamya who was the most aggressive in the beginning, but now it seems that Ahmet has taken all the momentum in his stride. A sidelight sider gonna disarm, and once again, Bamya is left with no weapon. Ahmet does not want to risk a chance that a signature may come out and catch him, because Bamya has done a really good job. An axe in hand, not going to kill just yet. Bamya is holding on for now, but still applying the offstage pressure. The ground pound not catching an option, but he'll apply his way back on stage. And both of them getting really, really close to the KO zone. Bamya now KO'd with that Enlights, and Ahmet, let's see how far he can take this extra credit. He's going to need it quickly, because Bamya can definitely take away the stock quickly if he gets the right signature, or if the D-Light into a Nair, potentially. But look at that. Big damage.
D-Light doesn't hit. Bamya almost accidentally saving Ahmet. Oh, that would have been really rough to see. But still, Bamya able to even out stocks. They're still looking pretty good off stage, but they're also starting to respect Ahmet a little bit more, since Ahmet has been able to get the better of maybe not every, but definitely some of these engagements to the point where you're not completely safe off stage against Ahmet anymore. So you got to be a little bit careful. And that D-Sig, trying to use that, my guess is that trying to use that as a bit of a zoning tool, maybe it'd be kind of almost like a touch me not. A bit more. Very nice weapon star, not getting punished from that dash or that grab. So Bamya is playing this really carefully, does not want to give Ahmet the lead, especially after the momentum that Ahmet has built up. So Bamya could be playing with their back against the ropes, although their movement's looking really nice right now. The N-Sig to seal the deal. Bamya's back in the game.
I'm telling you, those signatures, like, we don't have stats, unfortunately, but that has to be at 100% signature accuracy, right? Because there's just no way that this guy, oh, wait, no, it was the one D-Sig didn't hit, but still, what an incredible N-Sig. You don't really see it too often from good Zol players, right? It's kind of like that cheesy move that gold Zol players will throw out because they think signatures are the only thing worth throwing out. But Bamya showing that it absolutely is a valid move even in the top echelon of gameplay and stealing the game away with it. Now he's got this 2-1 lead. Going back to Demon Island, once again, like you said, I don't know how much this is going to favor Ahmet. We've seen Bamya's kind of been taking it in his stride, and Ahmet, even though he had some good momentum and good moments throughout the game, even in this game number 4, he started him off like that, but still, it's just not looking good for him as time goes on.
Bamya whiffing a Sig. That's pretty rare for him. I think out of the 6 signatures that they've thrown out, only 2 now have whiffed. And that D-Sig from that last game was the first one that we were talking about a little bit. Cannon tries to track the, or react to the dodge in, and the Sair unarms the orb. Ahmet without a weapon, gonna be very curious to see how they respond against this Zol. Gauntlet Penlight is not gonna KO for at least another little while, so if Ahmet wants to kind of getting a nice lead right here, they're gonna need a bit more than that. Uppercut is gonna be a pretty darn good way to start it off, but they're gonna have to respond with N-Light to the face of Bamya's own off stage. Ahmet is starting to learn Bamya's game.
There we go. The gauntlets, I mean, obviously the orb has been doing such great wonders for Ahmet in this entire set, but still the gauntlets are something that Bamya has to look out for because he can indeed swoop underneath you. You saw Ahmet was trying to fish off stage. He kind of dipped off the stage for a moment when edge guarding Bamya to try and get a nair, so he is really, really dangerous to be around. Bamya able to get that KO right there and even things up completely. He does have the weapon advantage, but Ahmet grabbing back to that orb, and we're going to see exactly what happens here. This is big for Ahmet. He needs this now because otherwise, if Bamya takes this game, it is over for him in the winner's brackets.
Game is pretty darn close to even. Yeah, no, 74 to 76 for a moment there, and all it took was one aerial to shift that, and then I know the ground lighted attack to shift that one more. This is, this could very easily be a game 5. This is going to, I am having a very hard time to figure out the right stuff to say here, Trip. This is getting really, really tense. Both players, you can tell they want to approach so bad, but they're also trying to measure the risks out so carefully. They want to try and put out some big plays, but they also don't want to risk too much, and so they're both playing in this kind of almost like awkward space where they want something big, but they don't want to pay for it. They just want to steal, like Ahmet has already done so far. And right now, okay, we have calmed down a little bit. Both players, we're starting to spend a bit more time in neutral, since both players have shown some really aggressive tendencies. Spending this time in neutral, it makes me a bit nervous, Tripped.
Yeah, you know, it's been oscillating. Ooh. The aggression has been oscillating back and forth, both of them taking turns, especially when it comes to off stage, both of them being very, very aggressive in their own rights. But yeah, for a second there, they really slowed down, but they do take the time to trade stocks. And once again, just like the previous stock, find themselves in a very clean situation, 1-to-1 stocks. Ahmet, though, he is in the more nerve-wracking situation. This is his, not tournament stock, but winner's side stock. So we're going to find out if he's able to hold on to it and bring it to a game 5, or if Bamya will sweep things away. I got to say, the cannon has been doing really, really good for Bamya. We've seen a lot of these sidelights just sweeping Ahmet off his feet. He hasn't found a way to get away from these horizontal options. So we see once again another sidelight building a lot of consistent damage. and Ahmet has no answer out of the moment, even with his trusty orb that he's done so well with. It's just Bamya is starting to become a more and more solid wall that he can't find his way through with the orb bouncing around. Things are still slowing down quite a bit, but oh, look at that, a random side air in the opposite direction. You could tell Ahmet is really nervous right now because, I mean, this is it right here.
Ahmet needs to bring it to game 5. Bamya needs
another one
to close it out here and not give
Now,
Ahmet
yes!
another chance to go forward. This here is what we've been talking about. Trips, we called it. We're right about this. We do have a game 5. This game 5, as a quick little reminder, is deciding who is joining Marker in upper finals. Not Monir. Marker 3-0'd Monir. This game 5, I mean, hey, this rivalry is going to be a tale as old as time, let's say. These two are, it's a little difficult to watch because of how stressful it is, but it's such a fun watch. These guys are so good.
We're getting secondhand stress over here in the caster booth. I guess the imaginary one that we're both in right now. But here we go, game number 5. The first one we've seen so far, and I'm so excited to see it. Ahmet once again striking out with a quick combo, already trying to take Bamya off the top in the immediate start of the game like he did in that second game. That was so amazing, and he tried to do it again, but it deals a lot of damage even without the KO. And he's got a good lead in this game. He's seeking out to try and get it down air. Bamya gets his way onto the stage, but yeah, look at this aggression. Big difference from that game 4. Oh, the GCD sig. That's like the first signature that Ahmet goes for, and it misses. My goodness, but he is still on the better side of things. The GCD light into recovery that takes the stock.
Can we talk about Small World's End for a second? This stresses me out to no end. Like, these guys on Demon Island are knocking on death's door, and then here you put 2 like 8 strength characters on Small World's End. Guys, don't play with my heart like this. I can't take this. What was why? What was that?
Goodness, what? That is not what we want to see. Bamya, that is horrific from him. He's going to lose that stock, and unfortunately, that is an entire stock lead for Ahmet, and he is playing no games, keeping the weapon away from Bamya. He does not want even a sliver of a chance of Bamya coming back. Look at this once again, taking to the skies, trying to take that stock away, and Bamya, like, even if he does get the momentum, he has such a large deficit to work through that he created. Oh, it's just not a good feeling for anyone here, except for Ahmet, who is just storming away with this game and the sets, unless Bamya can turn it around. Oh, okay. That was a good GC end light, stealing that stock away, and how he has a chance. He definitely has a chance, especially with that Zol. All he needs is a couple of good solid hits, or maybe a string or 2. That's going to bring it back around. Ahmet, got to close out this stock quickly, my friend, or else Bamya might bring this back.
I mean, this lead might not look like too much. It was like 20 to 100 for a second. And it's like, oh yeah, no, I mean, you even said it yourself, there's only so much you can do to prevent that, and in most other games that would be pretty easy to overcome, but considering how close every single interaction has been, I wasn't even sure how much I wanted to bet how possible it was for Bamya to do it, but yet they've almost made it make it. However, off stage against Orb, do we have another D-Sig? We have another recovery. We have another recovery! Ahmet!
Oh my
Criminals
goodness.
able to steal away game 3 and keep the momentum going. Wait, was that a reverse sweep? Was that a reverse?
No, it was not. It was not.
Oh, okay. All right.
But still a very hard fought set. I mean, my goodness. And Bamya almost bringing it all the way back around.